Hello, pretty people. Hashtag to the pretty people. What that means, we celebrate, collaborate, and we make great connections. So that's what makes you pretty. We can all win. We can all go to the top, baby. It's so much room at the top. It's the bottom that's overcrowded. So if you are a pretty person, you like to celebrate other people, you like to collaborate with other people, and you like to make connections, you're my people. You're my people. So please make sure you tag two people, share the broadcast. If you watch the replay, put replay. But let me just tell you, we're besties. We're besties if you share this broadcast, because when I share, you share. That's how we change the world. Knowledge is the new rich. Say Jerusha said, knowledge is the new rich. And so typically, I try my best to come around lunchtime because I have so much good information I want to share with you. I want to give you all the goodness, drop all the gems that you need to start your business, build a business, maintain your business, whatever. And so I had a busy morning, but I said, I got to go live on TikTok. So I'll bring in my Facebook family for a little bit. And so Facebook, if you want more of this goodness, make sure you're following me on TikTok, because me and TikTok go together for the next 4 months. We're doing some things over there, but I didn't want you to forget if you have not. And I know many of you like, how can I do it? You haven't registered for the follow-up training. The training is F.R.E.E, baby. You can't go wrong like that. So you have me for 1 hour as your business coach, teaching you how to follow up. My follow-up sequence, the apps that I use to follow up, how you email and follow up, and mainly the scripts to follow up that convert. So you're getting a year's worth of scripts that convert your clients. You're staying in contact with your clients and knowing what to say to your clients. And so the training is F.R.E.E. It can't get any better than that. But all you have to do is grab that follow-up ebook, because you need the ebook for the training. And so we're talking less than $10, less than lunch. Come on, peoples, less than lunch. So how much is your business worth? How much is your dream worth? How much is your vision worth? More than lunch, right? More than lunch money. So I wanted to make that easy access so you can be a part of the training, but you need the follow-up ebook to get in the training, because that's your ticket. Thank you for the hearts and the love on TikTok. I appreciate you. I see you, girl. So please make sure, if you have business besties, like, oh, I got to tell my business bestie, tell your team, your classmates, look, your associates, everybody that have a business, want a business, and they're struggling, or they just don't understand follow-up. A lot of it is you think you're following up, but you're not getting the results. That was me, i.e., I'm talking to myself. And so when I started online, thank you for the hearts on Facebook. I appreciate you. When I started online, I didn't know how to follow up online. So when I started my business offline, I knew you just pick up the phone and call so they could hear the voice. I'm a voice person. Let me call you and let's talk about it. But now being online, people just like text. And so I'm like, they just message you. And so it's a whole different dynamics, a way of speaking, a different language when you're messaging and texting folks. Hey, Karen in the building. So if you're not in the training, the follow-up training is F.R.E.E. And I wanted you to have it against my business coach wishes. They were like, you do not give an hour of your time away. And I'm like, because you already give so much of your time. I'm like, I know, but I think people are struggling. I think 70% of people struggle with the follow-up. I think you can make the initial contact, but then after that, you're like, they didn't purchase. They didn't do it. Then you don't know what else to do. But there's a lot you have to do after that first attempt. And so I want to get you comfortable with following up, because if you know what to say, you'll do it. If you know what to text, you'll do it. And so you'll have the follow-up ebook. Just grab that, go to the link in the bio, or put follow-up in the chat, and myself or my assistant will send you the link. But the link is wherever my profile is. You'll see my link tree. You can grab the follow-up ebook. That is your ticket. That's your ticket into the follow-up training. It's going down. And I know many of you work. The training is going to be 1:30 to 2:30. The replay is going to be available for several days, just because I know I have an audience that works 9 to 5. So most of the people that follow me, you work a job. I want to be respectful of your time, because I know you have a job to do. Yes. So I want to be respectful of your time. So I made the replay. The replay will be available. So don't freak out. Now, I am going to have a bonus, which is the live Q&A. Okay. The live Q&A. So you can participate. It's going to be at night, like 8 p.m. I think it is, or 8:30. So that way you're home, you're settled, and you can really help me answer your questions after you've taken the follow-up training or you watch the replay of the training. I want you to be present. And so the Q&A is going to be at night. And so no worries there. But the initial training will be at 1:30 Eastern time. And so you can watch it over and over and over and over. Say, I got it, Jerusha. Because this is where people, I believe 70% of people struggle with the follow-up. I think you can tell somebody you have a business, but that's all you do. I have a candle business, and you just leave it on the shelf. And the person's like, okay. So you didn't ask for a sale. You didn't follow up. You didn't see if they were even open to looking at your candles. You didn't ask any questions. You didn't tell the benefits of your candle. So it's so much more than just saying, I have a candle business. Crickets, 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 crickets. So every single person that's successful in their businesses, they follow up. And so every business that you know that's a multi-million-dollar business, they're following up. And so follow-up is the key to your success. It is the bloodline. Okay, like Beyonce, this is my bloodline. It is the bloodline to your business. And so I'm excited that I'm able to do this F.R.E.E training for you. And so you can jump in for the $0. Yes, Joanne is in the building. Hello, gorgeous. So go ahead and tag your business besties, your partners, because I think it's important for everyone to win in your organization, not just you. And so I find that a lot of people don't share the love. Like we just hoard information and keep it for ourselves. We find great people online and we don't say, follow this financial advisor, follow this person. She writes books. She's an author. Follow this person. We've got to make sure we make that connection. That's what makes you pretty. That's what a pretty person is. And so my hope is to shorten somebody else's learning curve. So if you're joining me, I'm Jerusha. I've been a business coach for over 18 years. I've been in the business and then also a speaker. Yes, I love to talk if you can't tell. My background is radio and television. So I was in radio. That was my first job at 19 years old. Loved the industry, went into television, loved the industry, hated the hours. So I wanted a home-based business. After I had my first son, I was like, I want to work from home. I was that crazy mom. Don't touch him. He's just precious. He's just gold. He's like gleaming of cleanliness. So nobody can touch. So that was me. And so that it was very difficult for me to go back to a 9-to-5. I just wasn't feeling it in my spirit anymore. And so the first person that spoke to me about a home-based business, I said, whatever it is, if it's legal, I'm doing it. I'm going to the top because I need to work from home. And that's exactly what I did. So my story is a little extreme because I was hungry. I was a little cuckoo. I was a little cray-cray because looking back now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't let anybody see him. Don't breathe on my baby. Don't breathe. Don't touch him. Are your hands clean? That was me, right? So I'm not ashamed to say it right now. I'm just like, Jerusha, you were over the top with that one. And so he had so many difficulties. That was another reason. He had so many difficulties. He was a preemie. He had all the issues you could think of. Right? He just wouldn't breathe. He was on a heart monitor. He had speech therapy, physical therapy. He just wasn't going to do right. And so it was my obligation. I felt like that I needed to protect him from the world and I needed to work from home so I can give him this care that he needed. He needed his mother and no one else. So that's actually how I left radio and television for my son. It wasn't just because I was like, oh, I was like, no, he will not be left behind. You know, the doctors give you this horrible story. They just tell you all these bad things when your kids you're underdeveloped and you're a first-time mom and you don't want to hear all these negative things. You're like, help me, Jesus. You know, you're like, he's this precious thing. And so, of course, I didn't even come home with him from the hospital for weeks, just all this drama. And you know, you only have I took family leave. It still didn't work, right? He was still in the hospital. I was like, oh my goodness. And so that's what made me curious. I never even thought about the home-based businesses because I was in the profession that I wanted to be in. So that's how I know you don't talk to everybody. Life changes, situations change, things can shift on a dime. And so for me, it did shift. And so my priority was different, automatically became different. And so that's how I know we don't share. We don't let people know what's available. And you got to do better, peoples. We got to let people know. That's how we can build our own wealth. We just don't tell people what's available, which is so odd to me. And so a lot of you are super successful at your jobs. Like you are very great at what you do. You could be the CEO of your company. Like people rely on you. You are an overachiever, yet you don't share what you know. And so we've got to make sure we say, hey, this person right here, she writes resumes. Hey, this person right here, she actually helps you write books or whatever it is. We've got to do more of that, because the first person who spoke to me, I was like, yes, I knew I was gonna do it. I was like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna go to the top. Now, what is it that I need to do? Because I need to be home with my son, and I need this to work, and I need to make this amount of money. Let's go. And so I think that what happens is your drive, you got to have that type of drive. I was a little crazy, but just regular drive. You got to have that drive that you're moving in momentum, and that you, because success loves speed. And I was going full speed ahead. I was ignorance on fire. I was too dumb to doubt. Whatever they said to do, I was doing it. I didn't even have any hesitations about it, because I knew the end from the beginning. You'll stay empowered in the process. I knew I needed to be home. Come hell or high water, that's what I needed to do. So it didn't matter what they were saying, doing. I was like, all right, I got to do that. They said, stay out all night and get 10 names and numbers. All right, I have to do that. And went to work the next day, because I was still working in corporate America. So that's why I respect people in corporate, and you have a side hustle, because I've been there. And so I understand. And my son, like I said, had these difficulties. And so we stayed in the hospital, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so understand, and then insurance doesn't cover anything. So I had to make a certain amount of money, because I need all the specialists. I need all the care. I need to travel to Augusta. Okay, I need to travel where to get him the best care, like whatever was necessary. And so that required me to work for myself. Now, fast forward later years, like 18 years later, he's fine. Okay. And so I don't regret any of it. So what I want to do is, and why I am so passionate about developing 100 new business partners, helping 100 families, helping those families earn $100,000, because I know what I know, and I know it's possible for those that are hungry. Like you got to have a real reason why you're doing it, and it can't be a handbag. You got to have your eyes on the prize. And so that is the 100 that I'm looking for. So if you want to learn more about the 100, put 100 in the chat, because I'm currently developing new business partners to do what I do in my social retail business. Okay. And so that way you can see how it's possible. And so I just want to tell you, the follow-up training is where I got really good, because I was meeting people every day, but I never ran a business before. Okay. Never ran a business before. So I needed scripts. I need you to tell me what to say. They're like, just go from your heart. If my degrees are in communications and public relations, I don't even know what to say to you about sales. Like, I don't even know how to talk to you about this. It could be all great and all the things, but if I don't know what to say, it's not going to be great, right? So I love the scripts. I'm a script person. I share scripts in the follow-up ebook. You have a year's worth of scripts that work and convert. That's important. So you'll know today know what to say. There's a sequence in which you follow up with people. And so I have a sequence in that follow-up ebook. That's why the training is free, because I want you to get the book so it makes sense in the training. So whatever yours is, whether it's 2 days, 4 days, 7 days, 10 days, however you follow up, that's important. Okay. And so when I get emails, thank you so much for the roses and the hearts and the love on TikTok. So when people follow up with me, businesses follow up with me, I don't get mad at the businesses for sending me an email or a text message. I get so many people texting now, because you get, people you are interested in. They're now, whether it's Les Brown, they send out emails. Whether it's Eric Thomas, they send out email and text. They text almost 2-3 times a week. I don't delete the text, because I know I want to be connected to whatever he is doing, or whomever you like. I don't delete it. I might not read every single one of them. I might not participate in everything that Eric is having. However, I want to be aware. And when I am ready, or I want to participate, I have the information. So that's why you using technology in your follow-up is important. And we'll talk about that in the follow-up training. Like, these are the things that I use. These are the things other people use. These are the things that people are suggesting. And you can decide if it's going to fit your business. Okay, does that sound good? Yes or yes? Okay, if it does, then make sure you put follow up in the chat, or go to my profile, click my link tree, grab the follow up ebook. That's your ticket in the free training. All right. Now, let me give you an example, then I'll continue this training on TikTok. So if you're not following me over there, I have a commitment with TikTok. I got to train over there for X amount of time. And so here on Facebook and Instagram, I wanted you to be included because I didn't want you to miss the training on tomorrow. Okay. Now, like I said, you want to have a sequence when you follow up, and each time you want to have something to say that either sparks their interest, makes them curious, or just make them continue to receive your text message or email messages. And so because you are getting value from someone, you don't want to miss out. Like you don't want to feel like, okay, you don't want to have FOMO, fear of missing out. So you keep the emails coming. You don't unsubscribe, right? So if you get my emails, I am not unsubscribing because this girl shares some great value and I need to keep her in my email. Okay. So that's the same way they're going to feel about you when you start following up. All that is following up. It's just different ways to do it. And so in my follow-up in the sequence, obviously the first time you follow up with somebody is within 24 to 48 hours. Every time you meet somebody, you are following up within 24 to 48 hours. You're not giving them a week to think about it. You're not giving them a week to look at your website. You're not giving them a week to, why would they need a week to do that, right? And so you're following up within 24 to 48 hours. And then after that is so many days and so many days throughout the year. Now, I know someone's asking, oh my gosh, how could I follow up with somebody an entire year? How would I even keep up with that person? Tools, apps. That's what it is. You use the tool. Don't let the tool use you, baby. Okay. You're not physically doing it yourself. You are having a tool do it for you. Now, I did say this on my previous trainings. And so those of you that missed it, if you have less than 50, this is my personal opinion. If you have less than 50 people that's in your roster of clients, I really don't think you should be paying for more tools. I think you can get in touch with 50 people. I think above that, you might need a tool. Even if you work a full-time job, less than 50, you could do it. Okay, because you could do 10 a day in 5 days, and that's your 50. So I'm not the person that tells you to go out and get every app, upgrade on every app. If there's a way for you to do it for the F.R.E.E. for now, until you make the funds to invest. I do believe you should invest, but I think that if I have 10 people, why would I need an app? I think you can do that, okay? So I wouldn't want you to be paying $25, $50, $75 a month, whatever the app costs, $39.99, and you have 25 people. So, and that's just my opinion. And so if you have a coach that's telling you you need it, then you do what's best for you. I never go against other coaches and how they train, but this is just my opinion for my team. I don't suggest it. And I love my team, right? We're the infinite players. So this is if you're following up, so you do the first follow-up 24 to 48 hours, right? And then this one is very important. People ask me all the time, what are you saying? I think images work well as well. So when you are texting, if you have an image, especially if it's a before and after, it also helps them become more serious and more curious. Okay. And so if I had thank you for the hearts. If I had a before and after of anything, I would make sure in the text or in the email, I share that, because visuals catch people's attention. That's why videos are the number one way people are actually marketing. It's a visual. And so if you can create that, you're going to capture their attention more than just texting. Now, not every text, obviously, because, texting does cost. There's a percentage for everyone if you get an app. And so, but I think that picture is going to speak volume, because now the person is not just about you trying to sell them on your weight loss or sell them on your skincare or sell them on, you can increase people's credit scores. Now they see somebody else. They see proof in the pudding. Now that's your credibility that you can show, hey, this is my client, Chanel. She went from a 600 credit score to 700 in 60 days following my training. You have proof to follow up. Now, what that is called is called a deflection. So when you're following up, sometimes you have to deflect. Yes, I want you to purchase something, but when I'm following up, I'm not asking you to purchase. So I'm doing everything else, but actually asking in several follow-ups because you've already asked the first time, right? So you don't keep asking 7 days, 10 days, 14. You don't keep doing that. You have a reason to follow up. And so one of the reasons you can follow up is called a deflection, where you say, hey, Tina, I know timing wasn't right for you. I just wanted to share my customer, Chanel, and then a picture of Chanel, excited about her credit score. She got her credit score right there, a picture of her with her credit score, right? My customer, Chanel, was at 600 when I met her. Now she's at 720 after going through my coaching program. That's it. It's just an update. It's just a deflection. That's it. Because what that does for the potential customer, right? She's like, oh man, if she can increase Chanel's credit score from 600 to 720 or whatever, and Chanel is like, yes, got a picture of Chanel, and Chanel got a copy of her credit score from TransUnion or whatever, all the three, it's proof that that's what you do. You didn't have to say, do you want my services? You didn't have to say it. You proved that I would like to work with you, right? I want to be partnered with you, but I can't wait for you. So I'm going to provide you with information for you to make a decision. That's really what it's saying. And so you, whatever your business is, if someone has expressed to me, hey, Jerusha, I want to lose weight, or hey, Jerusha, I want that liquid collagen, or hey, Jerusha, I want, essential oils, or whatever it is, they've expressed interest in whatever you have. One of your follow-up text messages has to be an update or a deflection with the picture, right? Solidifying you are expert. I'm the CEO of my own company. These are the results that I get. So if you're on this weight loss journey and I say, hey, I know timing wasn't right, or maybe you didn't have the money, I get to say, hey, I know funds weren't available, but I know you were serious about, having better gut health and, losing weight, losing 15 pounds or whatever it was. Here's my friend, Darlene. I was able to help her lose 20 pounds in 61 days. And then you have a picture of Darlene before and after. That's called an update. That's a follow-up. I don't know. People think follow-up is just get the money, get the money, get the money. To me, it's a way that you fellowship. If I know you're suffering from weight loss and I'm telling you people are losing weight, I have a product that helps you or whatever, why wouldn't I keep telling you? Because I know that's something you're struggling with. If I know you want to travel the world, okay, if you're in the travel industry and you just don't have the funds, you don't even have, your passport yet, and you haven't even thought about leaving your state, and I can help you travel, right? Why wouldn't I show you a customer and say, hey, this customer didn't even have a passport when I met them. And after seeing some of the deals that I've done, I helped this family, and you have a picture of the family. They at the beach or they're in Jamaica, wherever, Aruba, wherever. I helped this family take their first vacation. It's all in the story. I helped this family take their first vacation with their children. They're in Aruba. They didn't even have a passport until I gave them a plan of action. And I'm just so proud of them. And you have the whole family. They're having a good time. If that doesn't touch somebody's heart who wants to travel, now it's going to make them move, because they're like, how much did it cost for them to go to Aruba for a family of 4? And you're like, typically it will cost, $6,800. I was able to get it for $5,100. Let me put you on a plan. Who wouldn't be interested? You didn't have to say, book me, book me, book me. Please book me. Please book me. Please, do you know anybody else who could book me? You don't have to do that if you have proper ways to follow up. If you love this goodness, oh my gosh, the training is gonna be good. The training is gonna be good. Okay, so I can give you more examples based on your businesses. And so grab that follow-up ebook. It's gonna change your life. You're gonna be thanking me and say, should I pay you some more money, Jerusha? Because that right there, I should pay you some more money. Because if you use it properly and you get the tools and the apps and everything, you're gonna make more than enough, right? And so that's what I want to hear, the success story. So this is how I do. You have success. You tell me your success. And now that's a testimony for me. We all work together. Okay, I want to see you win. Go ahead, win. Tell me about it, girl. Tell me about it. Send me a picture that you're winning, so I can tell the world, hey, I gave these suggestions. I taught this training. This person is seeing this amount of success. Does this make sense? Yes or yes? So why wouldn't I give it to you if I know I have something that could be helpful? So please don't be stingy with your businesses. Don't be stingy with your services and your products. Girl, tell somebody. So yes, I want to be able to give you more examples like that. And so, oh yeah, put follow up. So if you know I want to grab it, Jerusha, just put follow up. Like I said, the replay will be available. So just put follow up or go to my profile. I know it's a little extra step. Go to my profile. My link tree is there. Grab the follow up ebook. That is your ticket in the follow up training. That's your ticket. Okay. Now, another way, and I'm going to just continue this on TikTok, so you might want to follow me over there, Facebook family. Another thing that you can do is, if I'm assuming most of you probably have some type of video, some type of Zoom, some type of presentation where people can hear your opportunity or they can learn more about your product or your services. So you have a way for them to get that information, because I know you're probably not repeating the information every single time someone's open to listening and learning. And so you probably have a tool that's doing the work for you. Use a tool. Don't be a fool. Use a tool. Don't be a fool. And so you have this tool called Zoom or whatever. And so it has this information that this person say they wanted about insurance, right? Their family needs insurance. They don't have insurance and you sell insurance. And so you have this Zoom explaining, or a video explain the different types of insurance to help this family. And so this is another thing. A lot of times people are afraid because they think they don't have the money, right? They think it's going to cost X amount of dollars. So they don't move forward. They don't call you back. They don't know what the deal is. And one thing that I've learned to do, and I'm really good at this, I will call you. Now, a lot of you just freaked out right there because you don't want to talk to people, but you want a people's business. In order to have a people's business, you got to love on people. And so the one thing that I've mastered doing, if you hear my opportunity, I actually, after you hear it, I actually want to pick up the phone and I want to hear from you. I want to hear the voice, right? I want to find out what's your hesitation, because if it's money, I can still help. But we didn't talk. Until I know what the situation is, I can give you a better solution. And so when someone is scheduled to hear your Zoom or your presentation, and for whatever reason, right, they're afraid to call you afterwards, you still have to follow up with them. I actually have it set up where as soon as the person finishes listening to my opportunity, it tells them to call me and it gives them my number to call me. A lot of people are so afraid they don't call. They don't. They're like, oh, I don't want to waste her time. Oh, I'm not ready to invest. Oh, I don't want to, or whatever the reason is. These are the reasons that they say. So I can see that you didn't, obviously. So I can pick up the phone because I actually have your number now. So I can pick up the phone and I'm like, hey, Chanel, this is Jerusha. I was waiting for you to call me. They're always surprised, like, oh, I didn't know you were going to call. I thought it was going to be your assistant. No, it's going to be me, because I know how to make this connection. So what was your hesitation? Why didn't you call? It's always, I didn't have the money. I didn't have the investment. I didn't want to waste your time. Da, 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 da. And I get to say, what if I could help you with that? If I gave you a way, would you be open to moving forward? But we can't get that going if I didn't follow up. If I let as many people go who didn't text me back, call me back, right, I wouldn't be able to build this fast. So you have an obligation if you have something good, because I know that my industry is good. I know that my business is good. And I know the training that I can provide. So I want you to be a part of it. And so, yes, so those are things that you can do. And so if you love that, these are just like examples. And so we have tons of this, right, for our training on tomorrow. And so I'm excited to share that with you. So do me a favor, the book face, put follow up. Thank you so much for tagging. You are so sweet. If you are tagging somebody and sharing the broadcast, I am so grateful. I'm more than grateful because you do not have to do that. And I just want you to know I love you and I appreciate you. And I do not take that for granted, baby. So I appreciate that. Yes, this is a text with a picture. That's correct. This is a text with a picture. Yes, ma'am, it is. And so, yeah, so if you already, this is a good news. If you already in the past, you have the ebook because you took the 3-day ride or whatever, you have the ebook already, you're automatically entered in the training. So all you have to do is send me your receipts. So if this is in the past, you already had it from a different training or something else that I offered, I want to do this for you. Just send me the receipt and I'll just put you in the training. If you don't have the ebook, it's not too late. Go ahead and get the ebook right now. That will be your ticket into the training. And so I didn't want to forget about your Facebook. All right. So please don't say you didn't know. Don't say I didn't know what to do. All you have to do is put follow up or go to my link tree, grab the follow up ebook. I'll see your beautiful faces. It's Tuesday at 1:30. And so my typical 1:30 will not be at 1:30. So 1:30 on tomorrow, 1:30 to 2:30 with me, with WAF, 1 hour. And I'm going to have a Q&A as well later on that night. So that way you have enough time to look at it over and over and over and over and over and over. So yes, I don't want to just kick you out. I know a lot of trainings, when it's over. But you got distracted. You had to go pick up your children. You had to cook dinner and you couldn't watch the entire hour or you were at work. And so I do want to provide where it's easy for every single one of you that are serious. Only the serious people are going to do it. So you're my people. So yes. So I will see you tomorrow. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha and I'll see you on the page. Yes.